Biodiversity International is a research for development organization. It's a global organization based in Rome. We seek solution to global problems using agrobiodiversity as well as forest diversity for sustainable use and conservation. Ang layunin ng Biodiversity International ay mag-asiyasat pag-aralan ang biodiversidad para sa mas mahusay na nutrisyon, mas magandang kabuhayan at sustainable na produktibidad ng agrikultura para matulungan natin ang mga magsasaka. I'd like to discuss the problem of fusarium wilt. Banana fusarium wilt considered as the major disease of banana threatening the banana industry in the Philippines. Ang sakit nito ay caused by a fungus, isang klaseng amag. Ang tawag ay Fusarium oxysporum. Isang pathogen caused by fungus.
Actually, malaking pinsala to sa amin dahil when we started banana in 2004, after a year, nagkakaroon na ng onset ng fusarium wilt. All the while, ang akala namin sa una, kulang ng nitrogen o gano'n. Pero ang puno, kung very early ang kanyang epekto niya, namamatay at saka nag-yellowing na yung dahon. Kung late naman ang onset niya, merong time na hindi talaga nagdi-develop ang kanyang fruit.
Itong pathogenong ito ay they enter into the soil and to the roots. At pag nandun na sa loob ay sinisira na yung ugat at saka itong puno. Siyempre, pag sinisira ng ugat at saka puno, ang resulta ay paninilaw ng dahon at eventually, later, mamamatay na ito. Ang pathogenong ito is found in the soil and if once maramihan na ng spread, the whole plantation will die. Itong ginagawa ng magsakang maliliit ay iba ang sistema nila kasi hindi nga nila alam kung paano puksahin ito. Ginagamit nila yung sistema ng pangmuko. Muko ay isang sakit ng bakterya. Madaling puksahin ng bakterya kasi madaling patayin. It's not like the fungus. Yung fungus na fusarium ay napakatibay yan. Maski ilang taon na walang tubig or whatever ay it can survive. Pero ginagamit ng mga small-scale farmers ng pagpuksa using ng muko technology. Pag makita nila na may simptoma, ang ginagawa nila ay tinutusok nila ng bamboo stake na nakababad sa herbicide upang mapatay nito, magiging ganun. Pero hindi nila alam na pag pinatay mo yung halaman, lalong dumadami ng inoculum. Kasi hindi nga itong bakterya. Yun ang nangyari noon, kaya kumalat ng sakit sa mga maliliit na magsasaka.
Sa area namin, ang completely wipe out talaga mga 4 to 5 hectares.
Just to give you a brief history of fusarium wilt, as early as 1974, meron ng Panama wilt sa Pilipinas, sa Cavendish sa plantasyon. Pero nung araw, itong strain or klase, itong fungus na ito ay yung mahinang rasa. We call it the weak race of Panama wilt. Kaya hindi masyadong problema nung araw. Pero nung early 2000, ay bigla na lang may lumabas na sakit doon sa highlands. Unfortunately, doon lumabas yung sakit na yun initially. And then, bumaba sa lowland. And ang suspetsya namin ay dala ng ilog. Tapos yung tubig sa ilog, ginagamit naman na irrigation. So, yun ang pagkalat ng sakit. Ibang klase yung rasa or strain ng pathogen, and this is what we call tropical race 4, which is the most virulent form of Panama wilt in the whole world, and this is affecting all the Cavendish. Ang problema dito ay itong sakit na ito, hindi kagaya ng ibang sakit. It kills the plant completely. Talagang papatay niya yung halaman. At saka yung patoheno ay mananatili sa lupa ng hindi lang 5 taon, hindi lang 10 taon, 30, 40, 50 anyos. Kaya kung yung lupa ay naapektuhan na, ay talagang ito ay magiging problema na sa mahabang panahon. At sa ngayon, ang commercial Cavendish na tinatanim ng mga kababayan natin sa Mindanao, commercial plantation, both small-scale farmers and the big farmers are all Cavendish. Isang variedad, Cavendish varieties, kasi ito ang pang-export natin sa ibang bansa. And these are grown in monoculture. Ibig sabihin ay isang variedad year after year, and therefore it's vulnerable sa sakit. Tsaka wala pang ibang paraan kundi paggamit ng resistant varieties, ang matibay na variedad. Together with the DA-BAR, as well as other organizations like PICARD and other, is in 2004-2005, Biodiversity International and DA-BAR funded what we call National Repository Center, where we consolidated mga advances in breeding programs sa ibang bansa, globally. And we established, Biodiversity established the Banana Asia Pacific Network, which I coordinate in Asia. We have identified a resistant variety, 119. And eventually, we also got a selection. We planted this and we selected a more improved agronomic traits. And then we call it GCTC B219.
When I started in 2011, may infection na dito sa farm na to. So, naghanap kami ng kung sino ang pwedeng maging masolusyonan yung aming problem dito sa farm until dumating yung taga-Bioversity.
The title of the project that we have, Mitigating Banana Fusarium Wilt, and we have the collaborators here, the Bureau of Plant Industry, RIARCS, Lapanday Federation of Banana-Based Cooperative. These are the small growers. At itong programang ito ay pinunduhan ng Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Agricultural Research. We work with the private companies like Lapanday in developing these varieties in terms of evaluation. We work with the regional, local office like the Regional Office of DA and the Bureau of Plant Industry and the BAO.
For the planting of GCTC B219, it would be a good substitute alternative for those that cannot be planted again with the Granane or the Cavendish, the ordinary Cavendish type for our export market.
The project does not aim to replace the existing varieties. Ibig kong sabihin diyan, itong proyekto natin na ito ay para sa mga magsasaka na hindi na sila pwedeng makapagtanim ng Cavendish. Ang focus natin dito ay mga magsasakang maliliit. Technical-wise, mas mahina sila unlike yung mga big companies, and they need the solution because their farms are mostly affected by the disease. Itong proyekto na ito, we identified 20 growers. Now, there are actually thousands of small-scale growers, but we choose growers that are whose farms are totally devastated, na inabandon na nila yung bananas nila. Bakit 20 lang? Because we wanted to demonstrate to the farmers that this variety will work, and use these farmers are champions for further outscaling or palaganapin itong paggamit ng variety na ito. So these 20 farmers, we use them as pilot farms. We provide them at least about 1,000 to 2,000 plants per farmer to plant.
Binigyan nila kami ng Panama resistant daw, and then we experimented it in the area.
Our staff from the Bureau of Plant Industry as well as the DARFO 11 does the regular monitoring. So they go from field to field to look at the performance and evaluate the performance of GCT civis that was planted in the field.
Ang isang layunin din ng itong proyekto natin is ma-train natin, pagsasanay ng kaalaman ng mga extension workers natin at saka mga cooperators natin magsasaka. So, we organize mga training programs ng mga local extension and researchers in Davao, even sa Department of Agriculture on different aspect like disease diagnosis and confirming kung ano ang sakit na yan, how to collect data.
Yung itinatanim ho namin ng mga varieties namin dito, hindi ho lumalaki, tinatamaan ng Panama agad. Nung pumunta dito ang Bioversity, nagtanim kami ng Panama resistant variety sa farm, and until now standing siya.
Yung area namin tinaniman nun, practically hindi naman naapektuhan up to now. Naka-harvest na kami ng first generation, and then yung mga second gen, nakita namin hindi naman affected na.
For farms that gave good inputs, the GT civis that were 219 that were planted were harvested and were able to export to their markets such as Japan, China, and the Middle East. However, for some farms that did not do a good management of the plants, the yield was not very good. So the market did not accept the harvest.
Ito sa field press fruits doon sa Puyod Farm, 79% ay infected sa Grand 9, ay wala pang 1%. Out of 3,800 ay ilan lang ang infected. It shows beyond doubt that this variety is very resistant. We are still in the stage of development and promotion, trying to establish the protocol, but now there is an opportunity of rehabilitating severely affected areas using a resistant variety where we have identified or we establish or harmonize the production system, harvesting system, post-harvest, and marketing protocols. The favorable observations on 219 is it proved to be highly resistant to tropical race 4 in the field compared to Grand 9, so it's an opportunity to help those farmers that have already abandoned their plants because of Fusarium wilt. It is sweeter and it is very much acceptable in the market, not only in the Chinese market but also in the Japanese market. At saka itong proyekto na ito is it provides us also the opportunity to train farmers, to capacitate them, pang maturuan natin kung paano mag-identify ng disease at puksahin maliban sa resistant varieties yung pamamaraan ng early detection and eradication. Now, we work closely with the Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Agricultural Research in bringing this technology in downstream to address yung mga problema ng ating mga magsasaka.
Future plans po namin dito sa farm, lahat po dito ng mga infected na mga lupa namin is nagtatanim kami ng 219 na ibinigay ng Bioversity sa amin.
ituloy namin yun probably, and then magkaroon kami siguro ng trial na mag-tissue culture or bumili ng tissue culture para ipagpatuloy. Dahil kung hindi namin gawin yun, ma-wipe out talaga.
We are not yet fully saying that this is the best. That's because we need to learn also hanggang market, hanggang Japan or China. Maski maganda yung variety based on resistance, you can say, oh, this is 100% resistant, while Grandnain is already totally devastated. Ang final judgment is whether or not yung mga yung mga bunga ng mga yan, yung saging na yan can be sold in the export market. That's the reason why we work with growers so that we can follow up in the market the protocols of post-harvest, the protocols of harvesting, the protocols of ripening, etc. Working now with the farmers to make sure that the product, yung mga bunga niyan ay ma-export sa Japan. Yun ang isang protocol or the good thing about this project, participatory research. And we collect data. We are just starting. I'm glad that we have hurdled the significant challenge of evaluating and identifying a resistant variety of Cavendish against TR4, which is not only a milestone para dito sa Pilipinas, but the world over. It is the first commercial trial in the Philippines and giving us good results. Pero kailangan natin na ituloy ito. We can improve by going to the next phase of further selection, improving the characteristics of the variety. Because we said that while it is resistant, it is sweet, it's still a little bit taller than Grandnain. It matures, the flowering time, duration ay mas matagal kaysa Grandnain. Hand malformation and some physiological maturity resulting to fruit splitting. Pero pwede natin gawin as part of our research is yung tinatawag natin recurrent selection. This is in UP Los Baños. This is where we keep these varieties. This is a part of the National Repository Multiplication Center that I was telling you earlier that we established in 2006. Of course, ang UPLB na and the Bureau of Plant Industry in Davao ay sila nang nagkikip nito. So we have all the varieties that we evaluated. Ngayon, kung gusto natin na i-outscale another variety, we have found